Steph Curry's the big Yankee fan. I'm the big Red Sox fan, and growing up in North Carolina, like I didn't get to come up here ever to go to games or anything, but you just watched and enjoyed the history and just those iconic moments that Big Papi was always a part of, even the championship moments, and the way that he was kind of an ambassador for the city, a spokesman for the city, and just the I guess the reception and the chemistry he had with this town. So all of that is inspiring for sure. I had my a raver of a bachelor party at a Red Sox game for back in 2011, and I got to come go to 2 games in the inter-league series against the Cubs, and I got to connect with him for the first time and meet him. He gave me a bat. Got to go into the depths of the Green Monster and just see like just the atmosphere and what the culture that he was trying to continue as an iconic Red Sox player. So all that stuff mattered, and it was just dope to have that kind of come full circle for sure. And pretty special career, obviously, that he had.
All right, so you have had a lot of connection to the Celtics, and in fact, I was looking at some video back when they won the championship. Were you sitting in like the first row? Somewhere in there, right?
No. We had a suite in '08. We went there as a team. I think it was Josh Beckett who paid for it.
Of course, he should pay for it, by the way.
In front row for a few of them.
That was cool,
when we
right?
won the World Series, we took the trophy over there.
Yeah.
Brad called a timeout so they can acknowledge us. Went to see the Lakers this past season. We went to Game 7 against the Bucks in 2018 as a coaching staff. That was the first time we got together and we went there. So it's cool.
But you're a legit NBA fan. Like you like.
I like it. I like the NBA. Obviously, with my job now, it's a little bit harder to follow it. But got some people back home. They know a lot about the game, and I ask questions. And obviously, just watching this team grow in front of our eyes, the way they've done it, it's amazing. And there's a lot of stuff that we can learn from that group right now, and hopefully we can get to the point where they're at right now.
Now, did you play hoops at all?
I play a little bit. Back home it was more about volleyball than basketball for me. So just a little bit in elementary school, a little bit of JV basketball, but that was it.
Now, did you? I know you and Brad. I've seen Brad Stevens come to spring training quite a bit. You got to know Ime. What is that like for you guys? Is it sort of a fraternity? Is it when you guys get together? Do you not talk about the teams, or do you like sort of you're the only one that can understand?
I mean, we haven't spent so much time together. It's more about texting, and whenever the teams around us they make it to the playoffs, there's always a text, to the coaches, and just understanding that what they're going through, right? We know how it is, and just to wish them luck and keep working. From my end, kind of like reminding them to enjoy the journey is the most important thing. You get so locked in everything that is going on that sometimes you forget that your family members are enjoying it too, and you never know when you can go back, right? And so far, it's been fun to watch all the teams, with Bruce and Bill, Brad, Ime, it's been great, and the way they treat me, it's been great, and I'm proud to be working in this city.
Ime and you, my guy Barry pointed this out. He saw him at practice. Very similar to your style with you. Ex-player, understands the guys, spends time, during. I noticed you with BP. That's like almost like your office time, right? And Ime is similar to that. You think that's important as an ex-player?
I do. I think for them to understand that we went through a grind regardless of the type of player you were, right? I cannot relate on a daily basis with Xander Bogaerts because he's another level, JD Martinez, Rafi Devers, but I've been around players like that, and I saw them grinding through the whole process, and I think they like that. The communication factor, the be real factor, I think, is the most important thing. And I try to do it, as real as possible, because 162 plus is a lot. It's a lot different than the NFL, the NBA. Here's every day, and you got to make sure, you make it easy, in a sense, communication-wise, for the players.
Steph Curry's a big Sox fan.
I know.
Have you met him or anything? Or?
No, I did not. Actually, I was excited when he tweeted in 18 when we won in LA.
Yeah.
I think it was something about at 45,000, whatever it was. He was in the air.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Red Sox.
Yeah.
That was a cool thing. I think actually through Sam and Tommy, our clubhouse guy, we sent him a jersey or something when he got his. Didn't he had a milestone right around there at the TD?
He breaks them all the time.
Yeah, something about the 3-point whatever. So we sent him, I think, a jersey with number 3. I believe we did it. If we didn't do it,
yeah. He didn't
Sam
say
Kennedy,
that. No, right? Never
and
said
Tommy.
that.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
They missed it, but that was the plan. So
here's an idea, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we sign him to a Red Sox contract just for like the next 2 weeks?
2 weeks,
right? What do you think? Just to get him out of
that'll be
Ime's
great.
hair?
I mean, even if he wants to stop by Fenway, regardless if he's playing for the Warriors, it'll be great to have him. I think he's a kid that you watch from afar, and the growing, right? Like you see him playing yesterday, he looks a lot stronger, and he understands the in and outs of the game, and just listening to him after the game, understanding how good the Celtics are. It was eye-opening, but it's a guy that I think we had the pleasure of seeing one of the greatest three-point shooters, or one of the greatest players in the history of the game. It's fun to watch, but let's take care of business.
Yeah. Last one for you. So when you watch, you've talked about how you watch the Celtics and talk to your team. I think you said, did some of the guys go to the game? What do you want them to take from this Celtics team?
Well, first things first, enjoy it, right? And see how some of these guys they don't know yet. They don't know how the city responds, to teams like that. The majority do because they were part of it last year, but they're winning. Not everybody has a World Series ring here in Boston, and that's something that is different than in other places. But just to understand the process, and knowing that team at one point during the season, a lot of people, gave up on them, except the people that really matters, And I'm not saying the fan base or the media don't matter, but
it's okay.
the circumstances around you don't dictate who you are.
Right.
You dictate who you are, and right around December 31st, they changed. Something changed there. Attitude defensively, sharing the basketball, taking care of teammates, and they took off, and see where they're at now. I think yesterday that third and fourth quarter resemble who they are, right? They got punched in the stomach, and they kept going. They stayed within striking distance, and they took over, and they didn't stop. So it was fun to watch, and that's something that I know they as sports fans, right, because we all are, they see that, and they can actually identify themselves with this group.
So here's what we're going to do. We'll get Ime and Brad here after they win their championship. We'll catch up with you at the end of the season when you're playing for yours, and you got this.
Yeah, that'll be great. I mean, I'll get them tickets. I guarantee you that.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're more than welcome to stop by.
All right. So you guys, it's great that you guys are out here in Oakland. Yeah. But do you catch the game? What'd you think? Unbelievable, your boy White.
Yeah,
going off.
It was awesome. Went to the movies yesterday. Came back, watched the whole game pretty much, and saw him hit all those clutch shots at the end, especially from beyond the arc, and just a great player. Changed the momentum of the game. With I think it was under 5 minutes left, which is huge momentum shift.
And you're not surprised. I mean, you saw this from him.
Yeah.
You guys played ball in high school together.
Yeah.
I mean, but he was a little different back then, right? How big was he, you say?
He definitely wasn't as big as he is now. And he's probably tired of hearing that and everyone saying that. But, no, he still plays, at the same tenacity and intensity. And, it's like watching the same player just in a different body. But, he's, a stud, works, super hard, always has.
Did you guys ever talk about dreams? Like, man, I want to be I don't know, maybe you want to be a hoop guy, I don't know. But did you guys ever talk about that? Or was that just kind of...
I think nothing I directly remember, but, I always had the mentality of, I was going to be a Major League Baseball player. And, he definitely always had the mentality if he was going to play in the NBA. He outworked everybody. And, him and, Marcus Mason, his, lifelong coach, I would say now, who I actually did some, basketball practice,
right.
With, like, personal training with. And I think he still trains with him in off-season and everything. So, those guys put in the work.
Now, back in high school, could you hang a little bit? Were you all right? How were you as a player?
See, Derrick says, I could shoot, but I had a low basketball IQ, and I would have to agree with him. I was a big body, in the paint. I would kind of
gotta give some fouls.
I would get in there and disrupt a little bit, and I would, take my threes when I needed to. But I was just trying to get rebounds and get in the way pretty much.
So if the Celtics needed some fouls to give, you got them this weekend, Sunday?
Yeah, I can get in there. I can get in there and make some noise. Those guys are big, though, man. I don't know.
So you hadn't seen him, right, in a while, and then you saw him, at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I think a few days after, we got out to Boston from spring training, he, I came and gave him one of my jerseys, and I hadn't seen him for, 8 or 9 years probably, and I was looking up at him, and it was
right,
a little different perspective.
A little different than high school.
But yeah, awesome dude. I'm glad I could see him finally after all that time.
And then you guys repping each other's jerseys. That's kind of cool, right?
Super cool. Very surreal moment. Once he got traded to the Celtics this offseason, I texted him right away, and he was pumped. Once the season's over, he's going to try to catch some games. So it's awesome. Hopefully we can catch one once we get back home.
What position did he play in baseball? Do you remember?
He was an out center fielder, lead off little slap hitter guy.
So we'll get him out to maybe shag some balls.
So we'll get him out, maybe get out from BP, maybe see if we can get him out of the infield now. He's a little bit bigger now.
Yeah. All right. So we got to ask you your what are you predicting? Sox, Celtics, what do you got?
I know after the game one day somebody got me to say Celtics in 6, but they just got to take it one game at a time. That's the biggest thing. I'm sure they're all thinking that, but one game at a time, they'll be good.
That's very
Huge to get wins on the road are huge. That's definitely a huge momentum shift. So just got to carry it into the next game, then take it on home to Boston.
That was very like Bill Belichick of you.
Yeah.
One game at a time.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. It's how you got to take it, especially in this game. You got to take it one pitch at a time most of the time.